Did you know that in one story, Batman gained Superman's powers and discovered just how much he could achieve with them? And that in the same story, he even got the chance to meet his parents? You see, at one point, Bruce went to Metropolis on a business trip, leading him and Superman to agree to watch over each other's cities. So while Batman battles criminals in Metropolis, he expresses his deep respect for Clark, and Superman does the same while protecting Gotham. Later in the evening, they both attend a party and start talking until Bruce notices a woman with a strange tattoo. He tries to approach her, but she ignores him and attempts to steal an ancient artifact called the Brooch of Cawdor from one of the armors.
The Brooch of Cawdor is mine at last. Soon my curse will be broken. I will finally be free.
But that's when a villain named Silver Banshee appears. She punches Bruce and reveals that she has been cursed for centuries and has been searching for a host body. But that's when Superman punches her and they begin fighting. For some reason, though, she manages to overpower him for the first time in his life.
Something's wrong. I've taken Banshee's scream to the chest a dozen times, but it's never hit so hard. Something's different.
Batman comes to help Clark, but once again she screams at him, causing all the glass shards to penetrate Bruce's suit and leaving him lying unconscious.
These strange vapors, my head's still spinning. How can this happen? The two of us, together. We've lost.
They return to the Batcave, where Alfred asks Superman to use his X-ray vision to check for any remaining fragments. However, when Superman tries, he realizes that for some reason, he can no longer do it. And that's when Bruce gets up from the bed, completely healed. Clark and Alfred are shocked, but Bruce suggests that the glass shards might have been some kind of trick Banshee used. However, Superman mentions losing his X-ray vision and admits that something feels off, so he decides to fly home, thinking that talking to Lois might help clear his mind, but suddenly, he loses his ability to fly and... At the same time, Batman begins patrolling the streets. He searches for criminals and moves so fast that even Robin can't keep up with him.
Seriously though, can you slow down? It's like you're racing me or something.
I hear them from 10 blocks away, and then I see them through 4 feet of old Gotham stone. I see all of them. For a second, I think I'm still asleep on Alfred's operating table.
Batman, are you okay?
Until Tim brings me back.
Robin is weirded out, unable to understand how Batman knows. But then they start fighting the group until one of the guys fires a bazooka, and then
I hear Gotham. Every sound of it.
Batman! It's Batman.
Lois!
I'm fine. Honey, what happened?
Superman. We need to talk.
And that's when we see Batman, who's now clearly wielding Superman's powers. Days go by and we see Batman destroying an army of robots, with Superman guiding him on how to use his powers. After he's done, Superman asks Bruce how he feels, and he responds that he feels energized and hasn't slept or eaten for days. But that's when a mage named Zatanna shows up. She explains that she couldn't track down Silver Banshee and reveals that the brooch Silver Banshee stole is the reason Batman inherited Superman's powers, while Superman lost them.
The brooch was rumored to grant its owner their heart's desire. If Banshee was holding it when you were hit by her scream.
You think Superman and I wanted this to happen?
Bruce then tells her that the longer Superman stays powerless, the worse it will be for everyone, and then leaves. That's when we see Robin and Alfred talking in the Batcave. Alfred tells him that after Bruce got his powers, he became strangely distant from them. Then Alfred looks up and sees someone's eyes glowing in the dark.
My word!
And it's Bruce. Alfred asks him what he's doing there, and Bruce explains that after gaining his powers, he was losing his mind because his senses were so overwhelmed that he could hear every sound in Gotham. So, he decided to meditate. He then suits up and tells them that he's going on patrol. When Robin offers to join him, Bruce simply tells him to stay behind, saying he'll only slow him down since today, Bruce plans to eliminate all the crime in Gotham.
Word on the street is Batman's everywhere these days.
Is that so?
Yeah, can't even sell a gram without him showing up. They say he's faster, stronger too. Superman strong.
And you believe it?
I've got 25 overflowing lockups that say so.
Batman meets up with Gordon, who tells him that for the first time in Gotham's history, they haven't received a single 911 call. When Batman hears this, he replies that he's still not finished, since he's about to stop all the crime in the world.
To business and the benefits of a healthy black market.
Batman first heads to Santa Prisca Island, where a group of villains are celebrating their victories. However, when Batman arrives, Bane immediately attacks him without hesitation. Sensing that something is different, Bane tries to fight back, but finds himself completely outmatched, until Batman delivers a devastating blow that nearly kills him. He ascends into the sky, gazing down at Earth, desperately trying to convince himself he's still in control. With tears streaming down his face, he begins speaking to his mother and father in his thoughts, assuring them that at last he has the power to save everyone. Japan, Serbia, Sudan. He travels all around the world, saving everyone.
The sun catches up to me in Paris. For a moment, I think I should go back to Gotham, get some sleep, eat something, and then I remember I don't have to anymore. I feel a rush I've never felt. I can't stop now.
At the same time, we see Superman contemplating what he should do about his powers. In the evening, he goes on a date with Lois, but that's when he hears something. He quickly rushes into an alley and spots a robber, who, without hesitation, shoots Clark. They bring him to the hospital where he survives, and after some time, they begin looking after him at the JLA watchtower. When he wakes up, he starts asking questions about Batman, while Zatanna informs him that they haven't found Silver Banshee yet. Wonder Woman expresses her concern about Batman's mental state, and that's when, out of nowhere, he shows up. Batman tells them that he feels fine and is trying to make the most of his powers. However, when Clark tells him that it must be hard, Batman gets angry and says that he has always wanted the power Superman had, since with this power, he's now able to save everyone.
I didn't come here for help. I came here to tell you not to come after me.
He then tells Superman that he'll switch back once they find Silver Banshee, but until then, he plans to fix the world.
Oh, hello there, pretty.
And that's when we start to see how Batman begins to change because of his powers. When he goes back to Gotham and catches Catwoman stealing, he tells her that he sees everything clearly now. He explains that he has finally cleaned up Gotham of all criminals and that she's the only one left. So he grabs her by the neck and slams her into the wall, knocking her out. But that's when Nightwing shows up. Batman uses his X-ray vision and notices how scared Dick really is, so he instructs him to back down before it's too late. However, Nightwing starts screaming at him, telling him that he is out of control.
I always hated capes!
Batman punches Nightwing and grabs him by the neck, ending the fight. He then brings him to Alfred for help, and Alfred informs Superman that Dick has sustained severe injuries to his body. Realizing they have to stop Bruce before it's too late, Zatanna, Robin, and Superman begin working together. They finally manage to track down Silver Banshee using a magic map, while Alfred brings Bruce a suit, and of course,
I thought it best to provide you with appropriate protection should it become necessary. I used the materials at hand, but I took the liberty of adding a personal touch.
It's perfect, Alfred. Thank you.
Batman goes near the sun to recharge his powers, but when he tries to return to Earth, when he looks up, he notices a group of heroes who tell him it's over and that they are taking him back to the Watchtower. Meanwhile, Superman and Zatanna, who have just found Silver Banshee, take her brooch. When they do, she appears but quickly decides to escape from them.
Fools. They think they can take me down. If they insist on fighting me, I'm going to respond in kind. Take out the most dangerous one first. Inertia will keep Diana flying through space until she hits Earth's atmosphere. X-rays show Red Tornado's CPU. I take away Hawgirl's oxygen, forcing Stewart to stop and help.
Supergirl tells Batman to stop, explaining that his actions are hurting people. But that's when Batman hears a voice that sounds just like his mom's. He starts screaming at them, asking what kind of trickery this is. But when the voices don't stop, he quickly flies toward them.
Crime Alley, the darkest corner of Gotham City, where the Batman was born.
Son?
And that's when Batman sees his parents. He looks at them shocked and then quickly hugs them, telling them that they are finally safe. But that's when they start to disappear, while Batman begs them not to leave. He falls to his knees, and when he looks up, he notices Superman standing there. Batman starts blaming him, while Superman explains that he found the amulet and they can finally switch their powers. But Batman starts yelling at him, telling him he won't give them back, since these powers are wasted on him. He takes the amulet and destroys it, telling Clark to go home and relax, assuring him that the world is safe. But that's when Zatanna shows up with the real amulet, hits him, and casts a spell.
Batman, are you all right?
You saved me.
The powers. Can you still feel them?
Z, I think it's safe to say, everything's back to normal.
Later in the comic, we see things going back to normal. Superman explains that Batman changed so much because every time the amulet gives you something, it also takes something else in return. He also tells him that Bruce's parents were an illusion created by Zatanna. Batman congratulates Superman, saying that the switch clearly worked both ways, since Superman used his brains to win the fight.